Click subscribe to get latest news and don't forget to press the bell icon.
Hurricane Harvey has left a path of destruction that will take years for Houston, Texas to recover from. Now that storm has passed, the devastation is being realized and people are starting to come together to help however they can. However, a racist group that just arrived on the desolate scene came with a different plan in mind and disturbing surprise for stranded white victims. The wrath of the hurricane has brought out the best in some people who represent the heart of America, but also the worst in others who will stop at nothing to inflict their prejudice. These terrorists are seeing opportunity in tragedy and feel justified in this racist resolve as a necessary means to get the reparations and revenge on the white man, way beyond simple looting. While business like Best Buy have found a way to profit from tragedy by price gouging displaced people on necessities like water, racist groups are ensuring that white flood victims suffer a separate, specific punishment because of their race. It takes a special kind of depraved person to kick anyone while they're down from a natural disaster such as this, but leave it to a far-left Democrat group to do it while also furthering the divide. Not even hiding their hateful intentions, Women's March protesters famous for wearing pink PC hats while spewing hate for our president, have begun a fundraiser on one depraved condition. They want generous people around the country to send them donations to be used for anyone who is not white, and certainly not for those who supported Donald Trump in the last election. Cloaked in goodwill for sufferers, the group pleaded for donations online with a caveat that the money would only be used for minorities. All people suffering in the flood are without necessities, needs for survival, and desperate for the basics. This tragedy was the ultimate equalizer that only a divisive group like Women's March would politicize. While many in the country are coming together to help, this far-left organization is only getting involved to perpetuate the hate and prevent actual compassion from resolving the divide in this country which they thrive on. Perhaps this has a lot to do with the loss of funding and support Democrats and the Women's March group would get if people actually worked together, rather than against each other. Actor and conservative commentator James Woods weighed in on these sick opportunists by pointing out that Women's March is the only group to separate Harvey victims by color, race or national background. Everyone else is just saving people. Here's a list of orgs working to keep immigrant, Black, Latinx and other communities safe after Hurricane Harvey, the group's racist post on Twitter said. It doesn't matter to these people or anyone on the left that this is an actual civil rights violation. To pay a price for this, AG Jeff Sessions would have to do his job and liberals are secure in the fact that's not likely to happen. These groups are also demanding that the federal government and Texas provide people of color their fair share of disaster relief and rebuilding funds. This obviously racist demand comes from people who claim everyone else is racist who denies that this is acceptable. This group and those who support them, or at least in the same mindset as them, were just rioting in the last couple of weeks and ripping down innocuous statues over perceived racism. Yet now, they're employing real, actionable racism to raise money for certain victims. The double standard runs as deep as the divide they are perpetuating. Anyone advocating this cause needs to be held accountable for this civil rights violation, but that would probably just start another riot as well. The tragic part of all of this is that the people, of any background or color, will probably not get the help they could get if this was an authentic cause. According to the left, conservatives are racist by definition. Likewise, the left cannot be racist, by definition, since that would eliminate the reasoning that conservatives are. It wouldn't be surprising at this point that this group feels justified in the racist request as a means for collecting reparations that they have been demanding for months. Considering the nature of collection for this cause, donators probably shouldn't be too sure that all their money is going to who Women's March says it is, even if racially motivated. There's probably a pretty hefty portion going into their pockets since it's being raised by evil opportunists.